Alright, hey guys, welcome back. So today I want to make a quick review of Invincible. So I didn't know that this thing was going on, and until my brother told me, "Hey, check, Amazon's got like this new TV series. You should check it out." And I said, "All right, sure, I'll check it out." And well, I was glad I did. Invincible is very much similar to the likes of The Boys, and I feel that the core superhero team in the story is a lot closer to the Justice League because you actually have like the Batman, Wonder Woman, Flash, Aquaman, who's a fish, and then Superman and all the likes of that or those. But the Superman in this story is Omni-Man, and Omni-Man is very close to the likes of Homelander from The Boys. And Steven Yeun from, I believe, Walking Dead is playing Mark Grayson, who is Invincible, and the dad is Nolan Grayson, played by J.K. Simmons. Now, the animation in this is not top notch. It's very simple, very 2D-esque animations. There are some, I believe, that are made to look 3D, but overall they are quite straightforward animations. They're not, super impressive like the likes of Kimetsu no Yaiba or those sorts. Regardless, the story in Invincible is really where it counts. Unfortunately, we have seen the likes of this story, because this is based off a cartoon, I believe. Sorry, based off a comic, and The Boys is also based off comics of sorts. So they do have derivatives of stories from one another, but I like the first episode, the way it ended with Omni-Man just wiping out the entire Justice League and leaving only the new generation to step up. And the new generation is Invincible and his age group of buddies. I believe there's one senior superhero, but he doesn't have any powers and stuff like that. So they try to make it really dark and scary at times and whatever, but it just turns out to be a bit of gore every now and then. And I thought that we would be losing characters as the story went on. Game of Thrones style. Like I thought that of these, the team that he has, like he meets up with this girl, and there's this what do you call this? He has a girlfriend, and this is the core group of Invincible. I think this one's called Duplicant on the far right. The left is Robot. The one in the middle, I can't really recall their names. Let me just close this and go back. So I just watched it like recently, and it didn't really stand out too much. This is Amber and Adam Eve, right? Adam Eve is the girl in the pink suit, and Amber is the his girlfriend. So let me just go back to all the way. Oh, this is quite far actually. Let me just close this. Let me go back to here. All right, there we go. So, yep, this is Adam Eve, and Amber is his girlfriend, this one. And okay, I guess the story is very much like a teen kind of story, and I really thought they'll be dropping like flies, Game of Thrones style, but they did not, which made the stakes feel super, super low. Because most of the deaths you see are all random, people, pedestrians, people caught in casualties of supervillain attacks and stuff like that. But the only core people, like the main characters, or rather the important characters that you see die, are the core Justice League group that die in the first episode itself. So after that, no one else dies. Like there's no stakes whatsoever. You feel that everyone is super safe. You know that there's no risk to these characters because they do get beaten up, but they always get saved. And the ones that always get harmed are all the side, like not important characters that are just thrown into the they're just random people. They're not even part of the group that episode to episode. So this is what I mean by, for a cartoon that has so much gore, so much violence, and they try to make it look super serious and whatever, there's almost no stakes. But Invincible's core character and his story is okay. But what's the point of you making a story so scary and so gory when there's no stakes? Like, what are we worried about? Like, what's gonna happen? It's almost like there's no purpose to all the gore and all the scary and the fear and all these kinds of things. When you see all of this violence and this blood splatter and everything, like okay, but you don't care for these people. Like whoever dies are not important to you. And I felt that's where this story is disconnected from the likes of the boys, because in the boys you do see some important characters get whacked. And unfortunately the core group of the boys, like the main really main characters, are still there, but they don't have as much violence as this one has. This cartoon really shows you quite a bit of violence, and a lot of it has to do with people dying in the streets. And the pacing in this is reasonably fast compared to the boys. It does have quite a bit of things happen in the span of, I believe, 5 or 6 episodes, which is nice. I like that. But it doesn't really carry much weight because you haven't really seen any core characters die. The only one I feel that may have died is the guy who built the suits for all of them, like Omni-Man's tailor or something, because they discovered that Omni-Man is actually evil, and he planned the death of the League because he wants to do something. And I'm not sure what it is yet, but there's apparently another side to the story, and it's quite clear by the end of the last episode that Omni-Man is evil and he has some ulterior motive, and there are people trying to oppose him, but they're too afraid to show. So overall, for me, this is a simple TV series. It's, as I said, I would have liked to bank on the story for this, but the story just didn't give me enough. I do want to see more, however, and I do really want to see this story develop. I feel that there is still a lot more work for them to do with this, and a lot of the character development is still far left out. I like some little side stories they had with this, and with this creature and Invincible's friend. So they have like little stories among themselves, friendship stories and high school stories. But it just feels like a very violent high school cartoon. That's pretty much what it is. It's not really anything out of the ordinary. So anyway, till I meet Omni-Man again, I'm going to rate this another 6 out of 10. Man, we've been getting a lot of 6 out of 10s lately from me. I think I should probably step my gear up and watch something a little bit better, but there's not much to watch. Like, all the TV series that are going on right now are pretty boring, to be honest. There's not really many big ones. And Falcon and Winter Soldier, I might review it. I'm not really happy with it. It didn't give me enough. It's just boring episode to episode. This is more exciting than Falcon and the Winter Soldier. The only unfortunate thing is that this is a cartoon, and that's realistic because it involves real actors. So comparatively, this loses out in terms of acting because it relies on its drawings and art style, which just cannot keep up with the budget that the Falcon and Winter Soldier uses. And besides, Falcon and Winter Soldier actually has legit good actors compared to the likes of this. But I want to see more. I want another season of this, and I want to see the stakes actually getting higher. And I get it, they want to have like little love stories in the high school. They want to have all these little drama and whatever. Do your drama, but make it worth the violence, because if you remove the violence from this, it becomes an ordinary TV series of just ordinary characters having ordinary high school drama and a superhero dad. It becomes like Sky High, right? But you have the violence in there and it makes it special. But violence alone doesn't make a story better. You gotta have a reason to have the violence, you gotta have stakes. And they don't really have that. So that's kind of my critics to this film. But overall, it's nice to see something fresh after The Boys, because I miss The Boys. I want it to continue. I want to see the end of that, and I want to see it through. And this being animation means they can do a lot more with it. They can play a lot more with the characters, uh, but it's just not up to the level of The Boys for me. So yep, that's it from me for this one. I would like to give it more, and I would like to see more development. I know these two are definitely going to build towards a romance eventually. It's pretty obvious, and I don't know. It's just typical high school drama story for me. Not really my thing. I would want to rate it a little bit lower because it's not really my my cup of tea. But I like IMDb's rating. I think they rated it pretty high. They gave it an 8.8 out of 10, which is reasonably high for this cartoon, because this is like the likes of this is like pretty close to the rating of what do you call that, Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse. And Into the Spider-Verse is by far a better film. compared to the entire TV series, this one film is definitely better than Invincible. Come on, you're telling me that Into the Spider Verse is 8.4 and Invincible is 8.8? No way! Into the Spider Verse is way better than this. There's no doubt from me. There's absolutely no doubt. It's way better. So I'm not sure what's up with the high ratings, but this one's got 400,000 reviews. This thing's just got 10,000. So I think it's still early to say that, it hasn't got its true rating yet because not many people have watched it. And I'd like to thank my buddy for giving his Amazon account just off the books to allow me to watch this because I don't really have one right now. But yep, that's it from me. Uh, I'll see you guys in the next one. Adios, guys.